All right, plow straight. You're on live national television.
Dun, 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 dun.
My ears. We'll turn that down and post at it.
40% volume should be fine.
Beautiful piece of machinery.
Gets her done.
Still loud.
Let's just say I don't get as many birds right in front of me this way.
Not any birds that can hear anymore, anyway.
No.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Berry Village. Today I'm working on a soybean contract. And it looks like I parked my truck a little close. Be a little more careful driving in the future. Not sure, actually. That's not where I left my truck. I don't know what happened there. We'll blame FarmSim. But I've been working on the soybean contract. Getting close to done. I've already taken a trip to town with the truck and 2 trailers both full. And I think we're close to about 80% done on the contract. Mark is over way down there at field 30. He's working on a plowing contract that's really lucrative. So he's got the animal going. And it's going to land us about 30 grand. It's going to take him a little while to get that done, but that was just too good of a deal to pass up. I should get about 10 grand for the soybean contracts, so the contracts are pretty lucrative. We're up to, I think, 28 pigs, so here in another day or two we'll be able to sell some more pigs. Once it gets up to 33, I'll take a load down. Thank God, here. It's a little bit steep over here. I might want to take off another pass. The yield is not great on this field. I don't think they got full fertilization, and it's full of weeds. So I've done a lot here. It's hard to see because it slopes off towards the end there, but this is a fairly decent sized field, and it took quite a while to get the truck filled up. I can do 3, 4, 5 passes up and down before the combine fills up. So Mike and I were talking, I think we're going to concentrate on some of the fields around the home farm as far as doing contracts. So we'll get those, plowed, limed, fertilized, weeded. Make sure they're totally full yield, as long as they're crops we can use for the pigs. And that way we should maximize the amount we get left over. Because we've got like 60,000, close to 60,000 I think of corn. Just leftovers from some contracts we did. And we've been pretty much feeding the pigs on contracts. We did get that one harvest off our own fields. But the leftovers from these contracts have really been helping out. Speaking of our own field, we did get that all planted. We're doing soybeans. We got about half of our field in soybeans. And then the other half is 1/4 wheat, and probably about 3/4 of the other half, if that makes any sense, is wheat, and then we got some potatoes. And Mark found him an old beat up rusty potato planter, so we're gonna try some potatoes. He's scouring the land for a potato harvester. Beets just weren't good enough, I guess. So we're going to try potatoes. We'll see how that goes. So that's all planted. We've got that all fertilized. We just need to keep an eye on it once it gets grown. And check for weeds. And we'll be in good shape. And I can start to see some beans. So I'm going to drive back and forth here. Probably bring you back in once we're ready to head to town with what we've got left on this contract. So I will see you all in a bit. I think I'm just about full here. I got the truck over. Not ready to head to town yet, but ready to dump. Yeah, we're going to call that close enough. Let's get the pipe out. Yeah, we'll get offloaded. I like how this mod, how it cranks the engine RPM up when you're offloading. Kind of nice. It's a beautiful day here today, too. You can see, like, all the way across the map. Gorgeous. So with this setup here, I can pull, I think it's 26,000 liters. Got, yeah, I've got 6 in my truck, 15 in my trailer, and then another 5 in Mark's little trailer. So 26,000 altogether. Combine holds 3540. So, we won't get the truck filled up again, I don't think. Alright, locked on, and off we go again. Back and forth, up and down the field. Not sure if I should bother going to get that. It's a little spot where the truck was. I don't know. We got pigs to feed. Every little bit might be worth it. Let's go get that real quick. Probably not worth the fuel I'm burning, but we'll grab it. There we go. Alright, let's get back on track. Easier said than done. Something like that ought to do. Alright, back to the grind. See you in a bit. Alrighty. We've got the field done. Time to head down to town. Got just under 11,000 liters. So not a whole lot of beans off of this field. I really hope we have some leftovers. Oopsie daisy. So the back trailer is empty, but I really don't want to have to try to back up to it again and hook on. So we're just going to tow it empty down to town and back. No biggie. Come on, truck. I miss driving this thing. I like that the gauges work now. So I'm recording this. I haven't actually played much Farm Sim in the last week. You could probably tell my voice is a little rough. Getting over a bad head cold. But I had stuff pre-recorded, so you guys didn't miss out anything on the sequence. I've actually not played much in the last week. Getting back in the saddle. So we're going to run down to town. We've got to drop this off at the train station. Oh, easy there, girl. Next, Sergey's got all kinds of stuff going on at the farm. Oh, we better yield here. Oh, we got no traffic, so we're good. The little truck's running pretty good. Last trip I took down was full, 26,000 liters. And I thought, you know, just for grins, went down through the town. Tackled Town Hill coming out of town there. Got about halfway up, and the speedometer said 0, but I was still moving forward. In low, 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 low. I made it up the hill, but it wasn't fast. So we're going to go this direction. Be a little easier. Less inclines. Problem with that hill coming out of town is it's all at once. It's not a gradual hill. Don't want to get going too fast down this one. Use some brake coming down here. Got Anybody coming? Nope, it's looking clear, so we're just going to roll right on through. Back on the road. That mirror could go up just a bit. This one we got good visibility in. That one not so much. So we're not a speed demon, but we'll get there. We're already up to almost 50 kilometers per hour. Down past, I think is that field 16? Yeah, we just did a big corn contract over there in field 16. And I meant to show you on the combine, I've actually got bigger tires on now. I kept running into issues with the corn header. Running into the ground. Got into that a little bit with some sunflowers on that field next to our home field, 28 I think it is. And kind of just powered through it. And then I got over there to field 16 and just couldn't go because it had more diverse terrain. More changes in the elevation. So I futzed around with it and ended up switching to a different corn header. It was a 4-row, I think, instead of a 5-row. And that worked a little better, but then I realized I had the smaller tires on. There's a lot of difference in height between the, I think it's the Midas and the Trelleborg. So, whoa, we need to slow down just a little bit here, truck. So I went back to the Trelleborg tires and haven't had any more clearance problems. They're quite a bit bigger tire. So when the header is lowered, it's quite a bit higher off the ground. So I think that was a lot of my problem. Those smaller tires just don't work with the corn header. Alright. What do we got for traffic here? We got nobody coming. It's a slow day, I guess. It's good for us. Traffic is on, because we've seen a few cars here and there. It might be time to wash the truck. I got some mud splattered in on the steering wheel here somehow. It doesn't have the best interior dirt map. The dash tends to just turn brown. If you're driving and your dash is getting muddy, then you're probably doing it wrong. Alright, we got nobody coming, so we'll swing wide. Right around the corner. Yeah, we're almost there. A little bit paranoid about train tracks. Crossing gates can be a real pain. Alright, nobody coming. Great. It's a little hard to see around that bus stop there. But we got enough power. We're not fully loaded, so we can lug up the hills pretty decently. So let's see, we need to pop into here. And I came up a little too far, so if I hit that key and then that key, anything happening? Negative. Alright. Not that key. Not so much. Oh, there we go. Got it. Alright, let's check the contract page. Got that completed. Excellent. 10,500. So we'll collect that. And then I still got whatever's in that trailer. So we'll take that back to the farm. Round and round we go. So that'll be it for this episode. I'm going to just head back to the farm and we'll get the beans put in the silo. And then I'm not sure what's next. I know Mark's doing the plowing contract. It's like maybe he had a couple sowing contracts queued up, so I have to see. He may have been out to some auctions again. I know we've been looking for some seeders and planters that actually work. The ones we found so far are just not worth fixing up. So we'll see what he's got in mind, but in the meantime, I'm going to head back to the farm. Appreciate you hanging out, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.